Identifying research problem or gap. A research gap is an essential concept in academic and scientific research. It represents areas where existing knowledge is limited, contradictory, or absent. Identifying and addressing research gaps is critical for advancing knowledge, contributing new insights, and ensuring the relevance of research studies. This section highlights what is currently lacking in the existing body of knowledge and how your study intends to fill that void. Literature review is crucial. Carefully review existing literature in your field is the primary way to identify gaps, looking for contradictions, inconsistencies, or areas where research is limited or missing. Types of research gaps. There are four main types of research gaps. The first one is empirical gap. It is a lack of data or evidence on a specific topic, requiring new empirical studies to collect data. The second gap is a methodological gap, when existing research methods are inadequate or outdated, necessitating the development of new approaches. The third gap is a theoretical gap, when there are inconsistencies or limitations in the theoretical framework used to explain a phenomenon. The fourth and last gap is a conceptual gap, when there are differing interpretations or definitions of key concepts within a field. How to identify a research gap. A researcher must look for inconsistencies by identifying areas where research findings contradict each other or show conflicting results. Assess limitation of previous studies by evaluating methodological weaknesses in prior research, such as small sample sizes, biased data collection, or inappropriate analysis techniques. Consider emerging trends by identifying new developments or issues in your field that require further investigation. Examine understudied population by exploring whether certain groups or demographics have been neglected in previous research. Engage with experts by discussing potential research gaps with scholars in your field to gain insight and perspective. The following is an example of the research problem or gap. This example outlines the existing gap in knowledge and explains why the research is important. The example reads as follows. Despite numerous studies on water purification method, there is limited research on their long-term effectiveness in real-world settings, particularly in rural areas of developing countries. Most existing studies focus on laboratory conditions or short-term results. This gap in the literature highlights the need for further investigation into sustainable and practical water purification solutions that can be effectively implemented in these regions. This study seeks to fill this gap by evaluating the performance of innovative water purification technologies over an extended period in rural communities.